Hey guys, welcome back to DIPSWITCH Demos. My name is Jackson and today is a new video. Hopefully this is going to be the first of a running series, maybe something that I'll do once a month. And essentially I wanted an opportunity to make a more casual video for you guys. Have a sit down, grab a coffee with me, who likes the mug, grab a coffee and let's talk about gear. Let's talk about the news, let's talk about new releases, anything that I've had in the post. People seem to like kind of mail time sorts of things, so an opportunity to talk about that. Also wanted an opportunity to talk about some recent videos on the channel, answer some comments that I've had, some interesting comments that might lead to more discussion. And yeah, just a bit more of a casual vibe compared to my other videos, I suppose. So first of all, let's talk about some news. I guess the biggest news that I'm aware of in the last couple of weeks in the guitar world is the release and announcement, or just announcement, of the TC Electronic Plethora. I have one up there, let's grab that. So yeah, the TC Electronic Plethora was announced. They've used a lot of numbers in the kind of promotion of this pedal. 127 pedal boards, blah 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 blah. I don't care how many pedal boards it has, but the thing is that this is just a really cool next step for the TC range. I'm going to keep the news pretty short on this first episode just because on Sunday I went to the Birmingham Guitar Show and I want to talk a little bit about the amazing time that I had at the show. Loads of my buddies were going. I thought I've got to get myself down there. I went last year, it was a great time. And this year was even better. I have to thank everyone who said some kind words to me, showed some support to the channel, and yeah, great stuff. But let's talk about some gear there. First of all, we're going to talk about the Redbeard Honey Badger, a pedal that I accidentally missed off my NAMM list. It would have definitely been up there if I'd remembered, but I actually got to play the Honey Badger, and my word, that thing is ridiculous. Crazy octave thing. He's kind of embraced the fact that it doesn't track super well. It's got a proper analog lo-fi feel with that octave, and the fuzz just sounds great. So the Honey Badger from Redbeard, hopefully we're going to get one on the channel in the next month or so. But yeah, awesome pedal. Next of all, a product, it's not even remotely similar to a pedal, a product that's caused a lot of stir in the community, the Boss Waza headphones. I tried these out and I could not wipe the smile off my face. They're not, I mean, it is a gimmick in a way, but it's a gimmick that just works. It's ridiculous. But moving your head and the amp staying in the same place, or putting the amp behind you and having the backing track behind you as well, like you're on stage. Ridiculous product. There's a lot of technology in there, and it freaked me out a little bit. Like I said, I could not wipe the smile off my face. Burnt my tongue. Fidelity Stella Rosa. Oh my lord, I love Fidelity guitars. You've seen a couple on the channel before, and particularly he had one there with a single pickup in there, and the pickup is, funnily enough, placed right in the middle of the guitar, so it's kind of a middle position pickup. Played it, and it was just magic. It was magic. He had it strung up with flat wounds, and they were 12, so pretty heavy, and it was tuned down to D standard or something. I can't remember, but it was just magic. Yeah, it's kind of been haunting my dreams ever since, and it's for sale for a ridiculous price, and it's making me very upset because I probably won't be able to afford it anytime soon. It's going to go to somebody else, but that guitar is a beaut. Also on the same standard as all the Hamstead stuff. The amps are beautiful and their pedals are really exciting as well. That pedal show was there. Didn't get to chat with them in person, but they did a little clinic thing that was really good fun. Basically just all the jokery and banter that you expect from them. And finally, from the Birmingham Guitar Show, it was an absolute pleasure to meet Zach from Mythos Pedals. He flew over from Nashville. He's doing a few other things in the UK, that pedal show, the Andertons, and it was just a pleasure to meet him. I speak to him quite regularly on Instagram and stuff, and I'm a big fan of his pedals, as you know, and I was lucky enough to walk away with a couple pedals. So I've got the Herculean here, and the Golden Fleece AU79, which is a limited edition to a shop in America, Mass Street Music. And, you know, they're pretty much flawless pedals. I will do demos on them in the coming weeks, but couldn't be more thankful to Zach. He's such a good guy and really knowledgeable. Not just about pedals, but about the history of guitars and amps and everything. Sweet guy, great to meet him. That kind of moves us on quite nicely to a bit of mail time. Kind of mail time, I don't know what I'm going to call it. This is all very loose, but we're gonna run with it. Another thing I picked up from the guitar show is a pedal that's got a lot of hype at the moment because of Mick Taylor from that pedal show, and that is the Cornerstone Gladio. Dual pedal, dual overdrive preamp pedal from Italy, Cornerstone, and basically it's 2 dumbbells in a box. That's what I'm getting from it, and it really does sound pretty special. It's gonna be one of those pedals that is gonna sell out pretty quickly, I think. It's gonna be really hard to get hold of, but they sound great and they're gonna be worth every penny. I've got one here. We're gonna do a demo of it in the next couple of weeks, and yeah, definitely check out one of those when you can. Whew, it's been a busy month, picking up after January, I suppose. Finally, I don't know if you could see in this camera here, there's something here. I treated myself to a Waza tube amp expander. Been eyeing one up for a long ass time, and it is pretty much as good as everyone says it is. My whole rig has not sounded as good as it has with that. I'm running it pretty simply. I'm kind of only just scratching the surface, but we'll get into that later on. Alright, the next section of this video, I want it to be addressing the recent videos on the channel, answering any specific questions that I've had, and just thanking you for the support, and making the comment section, 90% of the time, the comment section of my videos is a very pleasant place to be. I really appreciate all the support and the positivity. Only occasionally we get a knobhead in there, but that's fine, that's expected. So, one of the recent demos I did was of the Brown Amplification Protein, and my word, that video kind of kicked off a little bit for me, considering I'm a much smaller channel. That video did really well, and got an amazing response from you guys out there, and kind of the only question that kept cropping up was where and when can I get one. Yeah, that was a good video, and that is such a sweet pedal. One really awesome comment I got on this video was this comment from Sean Tubbs. If you don't know, Sean Tubbs is a great YouTuber and an absolute monster guitar player. He's played for loads of people, and he left a really sweet comment on my video, and that made my day, made my month. Yeah, really cool. The McNelly video, I put some new McNelly pickups into my Cutlass. A few people asked for a before and after comparison between the McNelly pickups and the Music Man pickups, and I consciously didn't do that because it wasn't about a comparison between the two. I actually wanted something completely different. So yeah, I didn't do that, and it was on purpose. I'm sorry if you would have liked to have seen that, but oh well. A couple of other comments that I've had recently over the last couple of weeks is this one on the Katana video I did of the Katana Mark II. It's from Aizen Suzuki. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, which I probably have. Can you swap the speaker in this amp? Not 100% sure. You probably can, but I'm not sure if you'd want to. What I do know is that Katana speaker, Boss have designed it specifically to work with all the models on the Katana. I believe it's pretty flat frequency range. If you can change the speaker, you might end up making it sound worse comparing on the different models. You might also make the Katana heavier. Which is kind of one of those things that is a really good selling point of the Katana, how light it is. So you probably can. I'm not sure I'd recommend it. So yeah. And another question that was left on a really old video of mine, which was the OnePlus, what's it called? PlexiDrive Deluxe. OnePlus PlexiDrive Deluxe. A really old video. Brian Mitchell has asked, what do you think is the biggest benefit in running it at 18 volts? As you can see, I've already replied to that. But usually when you run a pedal at higher voltage, it increases the headroom, maybe a bit more volume, more clarity. But OnePlus, I believe, do things a little bit differently. Every pedal that I know of is designed to work at 9 volts. And the ones that can operate at a higher voltage still usually sound better, as they say on the website, at 9 volts. They're all designed to work at 9 volts. So that's what I said. When I A-B'd them, I've not owned that pedal for a couple of years now, but when I A-B'd 9 volts and 18 volts with that Plexi drive, I would probably agree with them. It did sound better at 9 volts. Very small difference. But like I said, with other pedals, most other pedals like the Hudson Broadcast, which can operate at a higher voltage, it's like two different pedals, and I personally prefer it at 18 volts. But OnePlus stuff is a little different. And that is about it with this first episode of DIPSWITCH News, Coffee, News and Coffee with DIPSWITCH News and Coffee. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But the last thing I want to talk about is an album suggestion for you guys to go away and listen to. Just to give you a bit more of an insight of what the sort of music that I'm listening to, what I love. And this month's album suggestion is Theo Katzman's new album, Modern Johnny Sings, Songs in the Age of Vibe. This album is pretty great. He is a member of Vulfpeck, and it's got similar vibes to Vulfpeck, but it's a bit more acoustic based, it's a bit more chilled out, but it's still just as groovy and just as fun, and the songwriting on it is pretty epic, and there's some really great little bits of ear candy all throughout the album, so I definitely recommend you check that out. Thanks guys for checking out the video. Let me know what you think about this new style of video. Like I said, it's probably going to be a once a month sort of thing, might be the sort of thing that I do on a live stream later down the line. Karate chopping like mad. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and maybe check out some more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.